Hey, Justin.
How's it going, man?
Can't complain, sweet. So I'm here at JR Motorsports with Justin Allgaier, driver of the number 7 Camaro. Hey, you know I got my project going, right? That 69 Trans Am build?
I heard about this. It sounds pretty cool.
So I'm in the fabrication stage of this, and I'm thinking, I think I want to turn this into more of a motorsports mutt, right? I work with a lot of the top teams in all kinds of motorsports, so that's why I want to talk to you a little bit. And I really want to get your thought about what you would put into a car if you were building one for yourself, right? That had more of this stock car features, right? I know you've raced multiple kinds of race cars, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to get some input.
When I first heard about the project, I was intrigued by it because you don't really just want to take this thing and run on one specific style with it. You want to drag race or drift or oval or whatever it ends up being.
That's true, yeah. So we want to run some full-on road courses and some autocross, which is a lot tighter.
A lot tighter.
I'm going to be driving it on the street too.
So one of the biggest things for me that I would suggest, in our NASCAR series cars, we run a non-quick change rear end, right? Because when we get to a racetrack, we're mandated what gears we're going to run. Now, I still go back and run my dirt car throughout the course of the season, and we run a quick change rear end on that car. And that has been hugely beneficial for us because, with what you're trying to do, you're going to want different gear ratios. We would all change our gear ratios if we had the option to do it.
Yeah.
So I think if you have the option, I would.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I'm running a Ford 9-inch racing rear end from Gear FX in my 72 Chevelle, and I love it, and it's bulletproof. But the quick change idea is brilliant. I think that might be the way to go.
The 9-inch is a bulletproof rear end, and it's been around forever. But I think they've made the quick changes so much more efficient. Used to be a lot of guys didn't run the quick change because the power distribution was so bad that you lost a ton of power. You might lose, 15-20% power just by running through a quick change rear end. Now, they've gotten those down where, all rear ends are gonna have some power loss. From the flywheel to the rear end, you're gonna lose some power, but the quick changes now are definitely better. I would suggest though, if you do put a quick change in it, to have, or even the 9-inch, to have the internals done. The rim coatings that they do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, everything being polished definitely can make a big difference and give you some more leeway whenever it comes to having those options. Like you mentioned, if you're gonna build a car that's an all-around track car and performance car, you might as well have options.
Okay, that's a great idea. And my friend Gerald owns Tiger Rear End, so maybe I better go talk to him.
And they do build a great rear end. I know a lot of the dirt guys actually run their rear ends because they build such a good rear end. So, for me, I would just recommend, doing your homework on the safety side of it as well. A lot of times we don't spend money in areas that we don't feel like will benefit us. But sometimes when it comes to safety, you tend to maybe not think about those areas because you're focused on the performance side of it. As a car guy, it's just what we're accustomed to, right? We want that performance aspect, but when we've advanced everything as much as we have and the technology is there, we're kind of crazy not to use it. And it is expensive, and I think a lot of times even, when you look at the short track racing on a Friday or Saturday night, you go to the drag races, you see some of these guys with these beautiful, immaculate cars with big power and they're doing all the things right. And they might not have a up-to-date fire suit, or they might not have a good helmet, or they might not have a fire suppression system. And you go,
even the open-faced helmets.
Even an open-faced helmet,
when I was racing cars, it was open-faced helmets.
And there's a lot of advantages to them. But as we know, there's also a lot of disadvantages. And so just making the most of the opportunities that we have, I think is a big deal. So I'm excited to see the progress of this car, though. I think it's going to be a really cool car.
Well, you're welcome to stop by anytime. We're not that far apart, so yeah, you're welcome anytime. Hey, I talked to one of your friends too the other day.
Uh-oh, who's that?
Tom Patsis from Cold Hard Heart.
My buddy, my man. I'll tell you, I wish I had half the talent of the fabrication skills that he's got.
Yeah.
He's an incredible fabricator.
And half the energy.
I was lucky enough to meet Tom and get to know him a little bit. He's such an incredible person and somebody that, number one, I look up to a lot. But, I'll tell you, you stop by his place and you can sit there for hours and talk. And I always feel bad when I stop there because he doesn't get much work done. But he works so fast, he doesn't really need to get work done. But no, just a great guy and a big fan of motorsport in general and all forms of motorsport.
Yeah, he told me that he's not going to watch any more of your races.
He told me the same thing. He misses my races and we win the race. So as much as I love being around him and knowing him, maybe he can miss the rest of them and I'll be okay with that.
Right.
I just told him to DVR him, he'll be fine.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Well, thanks for the information.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you guys stopped by. I can't wait to see the progress on this car.
We'll bring it out. We'll let you rip it up in the parking lot.
Hey, I'm in.
Everybody loves a little, a little drift action in an empty parking lot. Maybe we can tattoo Dale's parking lot. Hey, thanks again, buddy. I appreciate it. I'll get out of your hair, and good luck next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.